everyone. This is Woodstock Regional Artists, and I'm your host, Sal Miccio, coming to you from my home studio in West Hurley, New York, along with David Lax, our producer-engineer at the controls in Studio A in Saugerties, New York. Tonight we have a special guest. He's a singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, Jerry Mitnick. Good evening, Jerry. How you doing this evening?
How are you? Nice to see you.
Did you go out and hit the white ball today or what?
I did, and I really don't want to talk about it.
I can't wait to get out there with you. You know, a couple of weeks I'll be out there with you.
Oh, that's good. You know, Before you start, I'd just like to send my condolences to James and Alana and your family. Ted will be missed, and I'll be one of them that miss him.
One of the bands, you've been playing with a couple of bands, but one band that you've with quite a long time was called The Human Condition.
Yes.
And it looks like you folks toured the U.S. and abroad, El Salvador and so forth. Why don't you give us some info on what that was all about?
Okay. We got together in around 1971. Bev Grant was a feminist songwriter. She was very serious about her writing, and she would write heavy-duty songs, and I would lighten it up with the music to bring people in, so they would listen to the lyric. And we were together for over 18 years.
It's you still have some reunions to go to with those folks, don't you?
We've done a 35-year reunion, and the last one was our 40th year reunion.
The first video is something about in El Salvador, and I believe it's called Canto, Danilo Canto.
Yes.
So why don't we check it out and talk about it when it's finished.
Great.
Here we go.
He boarded the plane and he settled in his seat. She asked him if he'd like a drink, a snack or a treat. So he ordered a Bloody Mary. His heart was still so heavy. El Salvador left a hole in his soul and a mark on his memory. To this very, very day, it changed him in a most profound way. He thought of their guide, Danilo, who so soon became a friend. A smile that could stop a cannonball, a passion that had no end, as gentle as the children, as the land. The music they sang in Brooklynese and the campesino slang made them laugh, belly laugh, kept them strong through all the pain. Canto Danilo Canto, Canto Danilo Canto. The jet plane soared, he had a thought or two, a lyric idea. He had pen in hand and looked around to write it down somewhere, but there was nothing there except a napkin with a Bloody Mary stain, a few dry spots on which he wrote the refrain. He called it Canto Danilo Canto. He sang it over and over in his head. Canto Danilo Canto. Would he ever be safe at home, filled in with fear and dread? Canto Danilo Canto, Canto Danilo Canto. And he pictured all the vistas, visited all the pictures that faded in his mind with time. He fell off to sleep, to wake on a landing strip, back home in this land of mine. Canto Danilo Canto, Canto Danilo Canto. The passengers arose and they proceeded to lost forever was that song that meant so much to you. The verses, the chorus, the melody, oh, gone, except canto del Nilo, canto, canto del Nilo, canto. And the skeleton that stayed in his mind for years and years and years, until right here this time, as he thinks with a smile and a tear, and searches his mind for all those lost lines. Canto del Nilo, canto, canto del Nilo, canto. That's all I remember. The rest I forgot. Caught in a living dream, far from imaginary thoughts. A scary reality, but the lesson was taught. And there in the back of my mind, so far in the back of my mind, oh, oh, canto del Nilo, canto. This is it. Canto del Nilo, canto. You can sing it with me. Canto del Nilo, canto. 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 Canto del Nilo, canto.
All right, that was enjoyable. That was done at the Rosendale Cafe, and I recognized a celebrity playing harmonica on that tune.
Yes, that was Dave Lax in the flesh. And it was
Alright.
great. There was Chris Cullo playing percussion.
Right.
And that song was written coming back from El Salvador on a plane. The story basically tells itself. And Canto Danilo, Canto. Danilo was the guide that he took us all around. And wherever we traveled for a week in El Salvador, he was the guy that we depended on. And the song was very heartfelt. I lost it on the plane when we got off the plane, and it broke my heart because that song was really dear to me. And it's a song that I introduce usually as sometimes the best songs you ever wrote, you never wrote. So the song is actually about the losing of that song. So there's actually two songs. There's one that I'll never get back, and there's the one that you just heard.
So the next band that you were with was Hang Time.
Yes.
Who were the gents that played in Hang Time?
Hang Time is Rob Leon, who's one of the great string players in Woodstock. Pete O'Brien was on drums. We had a power trio.
And some nice tunes come out of Hang Time. We have one here that we're going to be playing. It's called Tabbouleh. So you folks that are preparing dinner at home, check this out. You might want to pay attention to this.
Tabbouleh, baby. First
Te mi se chome te feature to boule baby to boule it's almost ready. Tabbouleh, baby. Tabbouleh, tabbouleh, baby. Tabbouleh, tabbouleh, baby. Tabbouleh, tabbouleh, baby. Tabbouleh,
So it's very apropos, everybody's putting their meals that they're eating on Facebook these days, so, and their cookies. So I thought this is really great. So how long did it take you to put something like that together, Jerry?
I always loved stop action stuff like Gumby when I was a kid, and I always wanted to do that kind of thing. And I did it in my kitchen on the kitchen counter. The whole song was done on a kitchen counter, and I threw some towels down, and occasionally you'll see tomatoes and peppers dancing. And it took quite a while. It was all like, take a picture, move it, take a picture, move it, take a picture, move it. And I'll never do that again. But it was a lot of fun doing it.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
And it looks great. I enjoy it every time I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you moved up to Woodstock in '88, and
Yes.
And that's when the Tinker Street Cafe happened. That's a place that people are still talking about today. So give us some stories about the Tinker Street Cafe.
We opened in '88. I came up on crutches from a softball accident,
Oy.
and I painted the place on crutches. Everybody's had bad experiences with club owners, and I wanted to represent myself as a club owner, but also a musician. And Dave Matthews used to play there when they did recording up in Bearsville. They would come in every night and try out new material stuff. Hot House Flowers were great. Burning Spear was one of my favorite concerts there. And Futu Futu was the best local band. That was also with Ted and a lot of local players. Don and Jerry Moore played there when we first opened.
And it was at the time that Dylan lived upstairs. I don't remember. Was that
Dylan lived upstairs when it was the Cafe Espresso. That was in the
Okay.
60s.
The '60s.
Yeah, and he used to come down and he wrote Bringing It All Back Home. He used to come down after hours and compose on the piano.
Uh-huh.
And the piano, when we got the place, the piano was still there, and it got chopped up into pieces because people wanted a piece of Dylan's piano.
Souvenir.
I should have known. The bathroom, the toilet was sat upon by Janis Joplin, and that sold for like $45, I think.
That's great. Jeez. Well, you know what? Those are really great times back then. And speaking of time, we have another video here, which is about time. It's called "Times in Need of a Friend," and we're going to play it right now. Jerry Mitnick,
Okay.
"Times in Need of a Friend."
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, Time flies, have a good time. Time flies, have a good time. Time flies, have a good time. Time flies. I think time's in need of a friend. I think time's in need of a friend. Sometimes it goes on and on without a compadre, without an end. I think time's in need of a friend. Time flies, have a good time. Time flies, have a good time. Time flies, have a good time. Time flies. Can you buy it? Can you keep it? Can you borrow it? It just don't lie. It just goes by. Time flies, have a good time. Time flies, have a good time. Time flies.
So time does fly, Jerry. That was great photos in that video. You saved up a lot of nice photos there.
And you are a big part of that video.
I noticed some guy in there that was familiar.
Yes, the guy in in Mr. America there, or whatever.
In the loincloth.
Bodybuilder, and my daughter, her life was in, and Pam, the woman I live with, we used her, and I think I'm in it there as it's like sort of a time stop thing.
Uh-huh.
And also, it was the song came about because there was a bunch of kids here, and I had them sing a song, and we were just going tick tock, and I wrote the song as they were doing that.
So again, let's fast forward a little bit to '98 and the Joyous Lake. So you didn't take enough punishment with Tinker Street, so you went ahead and ran Joyous Lake.
And my partner wanted to have a musical monopoly in Woodstock, and he said, Joyous Lake is available. And we went over to the lake, and we ran it concurrently for about 6 months.
So and then from there, we go to the Bearsville Sessions. Now, those were some enjoyable times you put together at Bearsville.
I just wanted to celebrate different genres of music. And I got to handpick the people in the band. Dave played with us a couple of times. Ross Rice was on keyboards, and Jimmy Eppert and Eric Parker was our drummer. I love his drumming. He had a great spirit. We did a New Orleans night. We did a Rolling Stones night. We did a blues night.
And I got to mention that Jerry was our first bass vocalist in Salted Bros also. So one of the tunes that we played, we're going to show tonight, but not with us playing. It's with Joe Viette and Larry Campbell that you played at the Luthier Expo at Bearsville, and it's called Shakin'.
City night, walking alone, no one in sight. Shadow creeping up on the wall, sweat dripping like a waterfall. You can't deny the inner fear. You just wanna bust out of here. Gangsta you in a gangsta town. You're looking up but you're going down. And you're shaking. Ooh, you're shaking. Shaking. Yeah, you're shaking. You turn the corner walking fast. See a target there at last. Breathing deep, you're in control. Ready to roll. Yes, you're ready to roll, but you're shaking. Ooh, you're shaking. Yes, you're shaking. Yeah, you're shaking. Look for mercy. They don't know you're from Jersey. It's a jungle. You're the lion. Take what you can, you leave them crying. Crying and shaking. Ooh, they're shaking. Shake, shaking. Yeah, they're shaking. Blame it on the cold frost in the dark of a winter's night. Ah, but you're shaking. Yes, you're shaking. Ooh, they're shaking. Everybody's shaking.
What gave the inspiration for writing Shakin'?
A mugging, actually, a mugging, and I wanted to write a song about a mugging as seen through the eyes of the mugger, because I'm an equal opportunity musician, and I felt like there was a story there. And I had been mugged a couple of times in New York, but not seriously, but enough to scare me into writing the song.
So that's pretty much covers everything. Jerry, your website is called Monique Flambeau. Now that's your alter ego name or your AKA.
Yeah.
How did that the name Monique Flambeau come about?
Okay, I was playing with this southern rock band, Rodney C. Riley. He's from Georgia, and we were playing in Norway. And while we were there, we were asked to back up a lot of Norwegian singers, and some of them were really terrible, and I didn't really want my name on their album. So I asked my roommate, I need another name? And he just looked at me and he said, "You're Monique Flambeau." Yes.
And also you have some stuff on YouTube, and that's at M Flambeau.
M. Flambeau, yeah.
And if you go out there, folks, you'll see vids from the cribs. Lots of good stuff out there. A lot of animation, a lot of good music, and some folks like me sitting in with him. And Pam sitting in with him. David. It's some good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Okay.
Listen, I enjoyed tonight, Jerry. Appreciate your insight on the history of Tinker Street and so forth. And I really appreciate you coming on board with us. Looking forward to seeing you live out there again soon. Well, folks, that's our show for tonight. Tune in next Tuesday for another special guest. Until then, be safe out there and support your local musicians any way you can. Thank you, and good night.